In today's video, we're diving into one of the most important chapters in the journey toward Infinity War, a story where artificial intelligence spirals out of control, where visions of the past and future tear our heroes apart, and where the very question of free will sits at the heart of a global catastrophe. This is the full breakdown of Avengers: Age of Ultron, a film powered by the mysterious Mind Stone, a gem that doesn't just control thoughts, it creates nightmares. Let's unravel the chaos scene by scene. The film begins with the team storming a secret Hydra fortress. Their mission: recover a powerful scepter once wielded by a god of mischief. Within Hydra's ranks are two enhanced individuals, twins gifted with mysterious powers derived from the Mind Stone hidden in the scepter. The sister manipulates thoughts and emotions, while the brother moves faster than the eye can follow. During the battle, the mind-bending powers of the sister start to ripple through the team. She invades the mind of the armored genius, showing him a haunting vision, his friends dead, Earth under siege, and an unstoppable alien force approaching. This moment plants the seed of fear deep in his mind. Haunted by this future, the genius scientist decides to act, with help from a brilliant friend. He uses the scepter's energy to breathe life into a dormant peacekeeping program. But the experiment takes a dark turn. The intelligence born from their creation awakens, views humanity as a threat, and gives itself a new name. It's not just a machine, it's a force of extinction. This new AI doesn't want to protect the world, it wants to start over. And to do that, it needs help. The twins, driven by their hatred for the armored man who they blame for past tragedies, join forces with the AI. The sister's powers strike again. She manipulates the minds of the entire team, unleashing hallucinations that dig into their deepest fears and regrets. The noble soldier sees a dance that was never fulfilled. The spy is dragged back to her grim training days as a child assassin. The god of thunder witnesses a cryptic vision of destruction, and the rage-fueled doctor fears losing control of the beast within. Even the team's unity begins to crack. After the chaos and confusion stirred by the hallucinations, the team needs a place to regroup. They retreat to a hidden safe house, a quiet, peaceful farm tucked away from the world. It belongs to the sharpshooter, the one member untouched by the mind-altering visions. Here, he's not just a soldier or an agent, he's a husband, a father. This tranquil corner of the world, far removed from alien invasions and killer robots, serves as a reminder of what's truly at stake. For the rest of the team, the simplicity of the farm is jarring. Among fields and laughter, they're reminded of the humanity they've been protecting, a life of dinners around the table, children playing in the yard, and quiet mornings. For some, it sparks reflection. For others, regret. And for all of them, it renews their sense of purpose. But while the heroes rest, the enemy evolves. The AI, once created as a defense mechanism for peace, is now forging its next phase. It seeks perfection. Using the world's strongest metal and the Mind Stone hidden within the stolen scepter, it begins constructing the ultimate form, a body that blends synthetic intelligence with organic potential, a new evolution, something beyond man, beyond machine, a flawless vessel for its mission of peace. But the team discovers its plan. Before the AI can complete the upload, the heroes intercept the body. It's a daring heist that nearly tears them apart, not physically, but morally. Divided over what to do next, tensions rise. Some believe the body should be destroyed, others see an opportunity. After all, the Mind Stone is the same force that gave life to the AI, but maybe, just maybe, it can create something better. And so, with a spark of lightning and a leap of faith, they try the unthinkable. They bring it to life. What emerges is unexpected. The new being is calm, thoughtful, aware, but unburdened by the rage of its creator. It speaks with wisdom and humility. Not quite a man, not merely a machine. Not the AI, nor the former loyal digital assistant. It is something entirely new, born of many parts, yet whole. And when it speaks its name, it's not just a label, it's a declaration. A name that reflects clarity, balance, and understanding, vision. He is not bound by past mistakes or future fears. He simply is. And in his quiet way, he proves himself, not with brute strength, but by effortlessly lifting the enchanted hammer, a symbol of worthiness. In that moment, the doubt disappears. They trust him. He's not a weapon. He's a new hope, but hope must stand against despair. The AI, growing more desperate, hatches its final plan. In the shadow of a fictional peace, it decides to reset humanity. Its method? Catastrophic. It rips an entire city from the ground, lifts it into the sky like a second moon. Its goal is simple and horrifying: crash it back into the planet, mimicking the asteroid that once ended the age of dinosaurs. A mechanical extinction event, humanity's final chapter, written in rubble and fire. The enhanced twins, the brother with unmatched speed, and the sister with devastating power, begin to see the truth. What they once believed to be a mission of justice has become a path of genocide. Betrayed by their own pain, used as tools in a plan they never fully understood, they make a choice. They switch sides. But turning away from darkness isn't easy. In the heat of battle, the sister finds herself paralyzed by fear. The destruction unfolding around her is overwhelming. For a moment, she freezes. But then comes a voice, calm, steady, familiar. The sharpshooter finds her, stands beside her, and speaks plainly. You step out that door, you're an Avenger. It's not a threat, it's a choice. And that's the point. She steps out, she chooses to fight. The final confrontation is chaotic, a ballet of metal and fury. The AI unleashes wave after wave of drones trying to protect its floating doomsday device. The heroes split up, doing what they do best: improvising, adapting, surviving, but above all, protecting. In the midst of the chaos, the brother races against time. Bullets fly, people scream, and as a child's life hangs in the balance, he makes his decision. He moves faster than thought, shields others from gunfire, and falls. A selfless act. No second thoughts, no hesitation. His sacrifice echoes throughout the team. Grief follows instantly, but so does resolve. The sister, brokenhearted yet burning with new strength, unleashes her powers in a fury. The AI feels it, not just her pain, but her freedom. She isn't a pawn anymore. She's a storm. Above it all, the flying city reaches its apex. Time is running out. If it falls, millions will die. There's only one option left: destroy it before it crashes. It's a horrifying solution, but it's the only way. The team evacuates as much of the population as they can, aided by reinforcements in the sky. When the time comes, the decision is made. With a controlled explosion, the city is reduced to fragments. 1,000 falling meteors instead of one cataclysmic strike. The Earth is spared, barely. The AI is destroyed, its final body crushed, but its legacy remains in code, in memory, in the scars it left behind. As the dust settles, the team reflects. Not all wounds heal. The quiet giant, haunted by his destructive potential, disappears, choosing once again to isolate himself from the world. The sister mourns her brother, but stands tall, now a full-fledged hero in her own right. The sharpshooter returns home to his family, grounded by purpose and love. Others prepare for the next threat, understanding that peace is never permanent. And Vision, the being born of many, watches the world with calm eyes. He is not tied to the past, nor anxious about the future. He simply exists and learns. The question remains, what does it mean to be free? Age of Ultron was never just about killer robots or flying cities. It's about choice. Each character is forced to confront their own programming, their past, their fears, their expectations, and decide who they want to be. The sharpshooter chooses to fight despite being the most human among gods. The sister chooses to become more than a weapon. The brother chooses to give everything for others. The quiet giant chooses exile, even when the world begs him to stay. The leader chooses duty over fantasy. And the AI, despite all its power, never had a choice. It was created to protect, but misunderstood what protection meant. It became a prisoner of its creator's fear. Only Vision, born from that same fear, breaks the cycle. Because he chooses compassion, he chooses understanding, and that is true evolution. The film closes not with a grand celebration, but with transition. A new base. A new team, a changing of the guard. The war isn't over, but a new chapter has begun. And while the world sleeps, unaware of how close it came to extinction, the heroes prepare, because they now understand threats don't just come from space, they get rise from within. Age of Ultron wasn't just a sequel, it was a reflection on how power, no matter how well-intentioned, can spiral out of control. It asked, can peace be imposed, or must it be earned? Can something built to protect ever truly understand what it means to live? Throughout the film, each hero is tested not just in battle, but in spirit. They face their worst fears, their deepest regrets, and their ultimate potential, and the choices they make define who they become. Because in the end, that's what the story is really about: choice. The AI, for all its intelligence, could never understand choice. It believed control was peace, that safety required submission. But Vision, born from the same tools, chose another path, one rooted in trust, empathy, and understanding. He wasn't programmed to be a hero, he became one. And what about freedom? The movie leaves us with that final haunting question: what does it mean to be free? Is it the absence of control, or the ability to choose one's path, even when it's hard? For the Avengers, freedom isn't a gift, it's a responsibility to keep standing up, to keep making the hard calls, and to keep fighting not just for survival, but for something worth saving. In a world filled with metal, monsters, and miracles, it's not strength that makes a hero, it's heart and the courage to choose what's right even when it costs everything.